Hey, this is Clayton again, bringing you another campground review for Big Guy Buys. This time we're reviewing Brennan Beach RV Resort in Pulaski, New York. We spent 1 week there at the beginning of September of 2020. As far as the check-in process goes, you can do it online, or you can do it in person. When I walked in, I did mine in person and online. I always check in just to make sure that there's nothing I left out, or that nothing needs to be discussed when we go here. So I did stop into the office, pretty quick, easy. Got my paperwork and left. They assign your spots here. Some of the amenities here, they do have a beach. They have playgrounds, they have bathhouses, they have laundry. It's $2 to wash, $1.70 to dry. The great thing about the laundry here is there's three ways to pay. Certainly for you concerned about the coin shortage going on right now, there's a pay app. You can pay with quarters or you can pay with credit. They do have restaurants on site, and we didn't actually try them, but my wife, anytime she was doing laundry, she always said they smelled really good. They do have a camp store. They also have a shuttle to the beach. Something that's different about this campground is it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And from where the transient typical sites are, it would be a very long walk. So nicely, they do have a shuttle. You'll see it here in the video in a few minutes. But it's kind of like a big open air seating type hayride thing that's pulled by a truck. And it does take you all the way to the beach, and it does bring you back. There's no charge for 50 amp, which is always nice. There is Wi-Fi. We didn't try it. It's pay for Wi-Fi. We didn't try, so I can't really speak to that. They do have packages, package service there. You can have, UPS, USPS, and FedEx delivered to the store. And there you walk in to get your packages. They have your, either they're sitting in the office or there'll be sticky notes on the wall with your last name. They do have shuffleboard, they have basketball, they have 3 pools, but right now only one of them is open. I'm not sure if that's due to COVID or if that's just due to the season probably beginning to wrap up. Some of the pros, they do have shaded campsites, which were really nice. There's a concrete pad pretty much at every site, paved roads throughout. Plenty of washers. My wife wanted to make sure I pointed that out. She's the one that does our laundry for us, and it's very nice when she can actually get to the washer, and there's plenty of them. She said there was 12 washers and 10 dryers. Some of the cons, very small spaces. This place fills up. Now on the weekends they fill up, but during the weekdays it's pretty empty. So if you're leaving in during the weekdays, you're probably fine. Arriving and entering during the weekdays, you're probably fine. But if you're leaving on the weekends, it can be kind of challenging. You might have to ask somebody to move their vehicles, and there's barely any space to park yours once you've got your camper in the spot. Definitely a party campground. These are my cons. I would say, definitely a party campground on the weekends. The quiet hours really aren't observed. People are partying in the street, throwing, cornhole bags, things like that. And definitely loud throughout all hours of the evening. If that doesn't bother you, no big deal. The transient sites are pretty far from the beach, as I mentioned earlier. I do want to keep pointing out, though, that there is a shuttle. It's just if you have to run on their schedule, and there's no parking at the beach, by the way. So, if you drive all the way down there, best you can do is drop somebody off, but you can't park there. I would say one of my most irritating things, and this is kind of odd, as far as a con goes, they didn't give you a gate code. They do tell you that somebody's there up until midnight, but on several occasions that I have problems trying to get back in the gate, whether the gatekeeper wasn't, paying attention or they were pretending not to see you, different things like that. I certainly would have preferred a card or a gate code, even if I had to have paid a deposit, just because of how many times it was irritating to deal with the gatekeeper. Just be aware there is 0 cell signal out here. I did have a little bit with my WeBoost cell signal booster, which was fine. It wasn't enough to work on, so just be aware of that. I do a lot of video conferencing and things like that, and I definitely had to go somewhere else to find Wi-Fi ability. But with cell signal with the WeBoost was fine, but in terms of data speed, good luck. There's definitely no speed. I have AT&T and T-Mobile. As far as the local attractions, 45 minutes to Syracuse. I want to point out that there's Dinosaur Barbecue there in Syracuse. Was very delicious. There's the Copper Top Tavern, which had good pizza and chicken fingers near Syracuse. You're very close to Lake Ontario, and I'll tell you, if you like ice cream, something I've noticed in the Northeast is there is no shortage of ice cream places. So that is, if you like ice cream, there's plenty of it around. I mean, it seems like, if there was Starbucks, they'd be on every corner, that kind of thing. Something I'm going to point this out for people that care. In terms of, we do live in the COVID pandemic. I always self-quarantine myself. We don't really play with a lot of other people or talk to anybody, that kind of stuff. We kind of keep to ourselves during the pandemic time. Once everything blows over, of course, we'll be back to visiting family and visiting friends and things like that. But something here, I mean, this is the Northeast, and I understand Pulaski's a small town, but when we first got here on Saturday, there was like a trick-or-treat event, in September, and they had everybody handing out candy. No masks were worn. People just come and go as they please. Like I said, if this doesn't bother you, by all means, enjoy your life. That's fine for you. For me, we're keeping to ourselves. We wear masks in our stores and things like that whenever we go in, and I don't let my kids go into the stores. So this, I hate to say, it's sad for me and sad for my children. They couldn't participate, but it's something that it doesn't seem like anybody cares about COVID at this campground. Like I said, nobody wearing masks, everybody coming up to you, not keeping their distance, and everything is very tight, as you can see in the video. So just be aware of that if you're trying to self-isolate or stay away from people, this is probably not the best campground for you. But outside of the pandemic, I'd give it an A+. I mean, there's tons to do. Of course, sadly, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing for friendly people. Outside of a pandemic, it's a bad thing when they want to come up to you and talk to you all the time and you're not wanting to, participate in social activities. So, but I would definitely rate this a great A+. Is this a big guy buy? Absolutely. I think if you spend money here to come visit this campground, it's a good campground. The only downside is just there's not a lot of cell signal here, but lots of activities, lots of good people, lots of good things to do. Like I said, there's restaurants, there's camp stores, there's ice cream, there's just tons of stuff to do. So you definitely wouldn't be bored. And if you're one of these lucky enough to be over here on the beach sites, you probably have an even better time. You certainly don't have to worry about the parking and things like that. But other than that, I hope these campground reviews actually help people as they're staying and looking for a campground to choose. I'm not sponsored as of current. Maybe someday I will be, but I just really do this to try to help people. And if there's something that you see or want to see in my videos, please, shout it out to me. Leave a comment, subscribe, like my videos. Tell me I'm doing terrible or tell me I'm doing great. I love the feedback. It only helps the videos in the future. Something else I'm testing out in this video here is I just bought myself a little stabilizer to mount my phone to, so hopefully the video is a little less choppy than it usually is. As I progress throughout this YouTube hobby of mine, hopefully the videos get better and more things are seen by all. So, of course, as always, we're in the pandemic. Happy camping. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask while you're around me, that's for sure. If you don't want to wear a mask, that's on you. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your camping adventures out there and be safe. Bye-bye.